Came across this story a while back called the Chicken Wing Diaries. Funny name, but it's a story about the value of time and being present for all of life's moments, including the bittersweet and messy ones. Our story follows a boy by the name of Yuri Okotsu, a lazy genius that values efficiency over everything else. Efficiency means so much to him that if he could, he would fast forward through a lot of things in his life, which I feel like this manga already starts on a really relatable note. I'm pretty sure we've all had times in our life that we wish we could fast forward to get to the good stuff or to get through the rough things going on in our lives. Yuri and his dad sit down to have dinner, and Yuri laments that they're having chicken wings again, and he doesn't like chicken wings because they're very messy. He has to pick them up with his hands and the bones get in the way. But of course his dad doesn't mind too much. While having dinner, Yuri's father notices that he has on a very stylish and strange looking watch. This watch just kind of appears as if by magic, and throughout the manga we'll see how Yuri utilizes this watch throughout his life. We then get introduced to Yuri's childhood friend and crush, Sukune. Afterwards, we find Yuri in class as he's experimenting with his new watch, and he finds that the watch can actually speed up the flow of time. The number on the watch symbolizes how fast time is moving. Right now it's at 2, so now things are moving at 2 times speed. And before Yuri realizes it, his class is done in half the time. His friend Sukune even notices that he stays awake through class. Like I said, Yuri is a lazy genius. He tends to sleep through most of his classes, but he gets really high grades in his classes. The effects of speeding up time only apply to Yuri. Everything else flows as if it's in normal time. Yuri then realizes that the watch isn't really speeding up time, but really speeding up his perception of time. And Yuri gets the idea that he can use this to speed past everything in his life that he finds meaningless. And so every day, he'll speed up school as much as possible so that he can have time for the things that he actually finds fun. He then soon realizes that the watch is kind of like a monkey's paw. While he's able to speed up his perception of time and get through some things a lot faster, he is shortening his lifespan essentially by doing this, but he doesn't really mind as much because, again, he's getting through the rough stuff and the boring stuff in order for him to have time for the things that he truly wants to do. Despite the efficiency of speeding up time, he can't shake the things that are important to him that he knows he truly has to do, like confessing his love to his childhood crush. So one day, Yuri sits down with his father at dinner, like they normally do. He notices that his dad has been drinking maybe like a little too heavily, and he says, "Hey dad, why don't you switch to some juice? Juice tastes better." And his dad says, you remind me of your mom. Your mom used to be the exact same way." And his dad says that one day you'll come to appreciate a good drink. And before his dad can truly get to the meat and potatoes of what he was saying, Yuri decides that this time with his father is not really worth having and decides to speed things up. He finds himself speeding up time way more often, and the jumps in time are way more drastic. Basically, if he's not spending time with Sukune, then time being spent doing anything else just doesn't matter. And pretty soon he finds himself not just speeding through high school, but also speeding through college, turning 4 years into 6 months. It's a little sad almost because we can see how much his girlfriend and his dad really care about Yuri, but Yuri is like mentally not there for a lot of these moments that he really should be present for. So to celebrate Yuri and Sukune graduating from college, they decide to go out to dinner, and Yuri's dad joins them. And Yuri finds his dad being here just the slightest bit irritating. So, just as normal, he decides to speed up time. And again, the jumps in time are super drastic. He's like jumping through entire work days, just jumping in and out of time, just missing things that he finds meaningless. He's already jumped through the entirety of his formative years. Everything that we normally associate with school, whether that be good or bad, he's erased all of that. And again, he's doing the same thing as an adult in the workforce. It's already getting to the point where Yuri is finding a lot less meaning and a lot less substance in life. If it's not with the person he loves, if it's not doing something that he finds worth doing, it's getting skipped. It's getting to the point where even his girlfriend notices that sometimes he doesn't seem to be really into whatever he's doing. But one day, everything changes. As he's laying in bed, just blurring his life away, he gets thirsty and goes downstairs. And Yuri finds his dad face down on the kitchen floor. His dad is taken to the hospital, but unfortunately there's nothing that they can do. He had passed before he had even got to the hospital. And of course, Yuri realizes that if he hadn't been fast forwarding through time, he would have been present to see his dad in excruciating pain and, could have hopefully have saved him if the ambulance had gotten there in time. It's here he realizes how much he actually missed. He doesn't even remember the last time he actually spoke to his father because, again, remember, he was fast forwarding conversations with his father because the situation and the conversation just didn't serve him. He found them meaningless. You see here, as if by reflex, he begins to fast forward through his father's funeral. And him fast forwarding through this becomes not just him speeding up through things that are meaningless, but him speeding up through these really rough patches in his life that he's hoping to avoid by going farther in time. It's become a reflex for him. It's almost like breathing at this point. He can't stop avoiding things by going forward in time. And then one day, Yuri shows up to kind of check on him and get him out of his funk. Sukune decides to get Yuri out of the house as a way to, clear his head maybe, because she promised Yuri's dad that she would take care of him. Yuri and Sukune go out to eat and they have chicken wings and beer. Well, Sukune has a beer and Yuri has a juice, but Sukune convinces Yuri to get a beer with her, even though Yuri doesn't really like beer. Yuri then reminisces on how his dad used to eat chicken wings all the time. And Yuri hates them because the bones get in the way, and because he has to eat them with his fingers, his hands get all dirty. But Sukune, of course, really likes them, and she notes that even though chicken wings are troublesome to eat, they're very good. The trouble in eating them is what makes them so good. The messiness of the chicken wings is used as a metaphor for all of the troublesome, messy things that we face in life. And that being able to go through them to get through the pleasant things is really what makes life worth living. Life isn't all about the painful stuff. Sometimes you gotta look forward and keep living. Yuri's dad actually said this, but because Yuri fast forwards through time while talking to his dad, he actually never even realized that he said it in the first place. But if he was present for this moment that he found meaningless, he would have caught this gem. Yuri then realizes kind of what a mistake he's made. His dad works day in and day out. He cooks dinner for him. He's there for all of Yuri's moments, whether they be good or bad, present for all of his own moments, all of his back-breaking, tired, and exhausted moments through all of these rough patches. Despite life being so rough sometimes, his dad was still able to smile. So Yuri decides to break the watch, immerses himself in these moments, in these stressful and exhausting moments. And then day out, he's working his long hours at his job, and at the week's end, he's able to spend time with his girlfriend. He even comes to his own realization that he's been running his entire life and not really putting effort into anything. At a point in his life now where even he can enjoy chicken wings and beer every now and then. Even though Yuri says he's never really committed himself to anything, Sukune notices all the times that he has spent with her and notice his commitment to her over time. And he promises nothing but happiness for Sukune in the future. I like this story a lot because it has a really strong message behind it. We have to be present and immerse ourselves in all of life's moments, whether that be good or bad. commit ourselves to everything, including our time, because our time sometimes is all we have.